I'm Chase Rolfson with Rubline Marketing.
This is Jeff Lindsay.
This is Michael Pitt.
Hey everybody, it's John Dudley from Knock on TV.
Hey guys, this is Jared Scheffler from Whitetail Adrenaline.
Hi, I'm Taylor Drury from Drury Outdoors.
Hey, this is Nick Mutt from Bone Collector.
Hey, this is Melissa Bachman.
Working Class Bow Hunter.
Working Class Bow Hunter. Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast.
Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast.
Working Class Bow Hunter.
Working Class Bow Hunter.
Working Class Bow Hunter.
You're listening to the Working Class Bow Hunter. That's right. This is the podcast for Billy Joe Lunchbucket, the working man, just like me and you. My name's Travis T-Bone Turner from the Bone Collector. Thank you for tuning in.
Nobody pushes the envelope like Working Class Bow Hunter.
It's really not that good.
Those people on that pod, those hosts are a little unhinged.
Working Class. Working Class.
Working Class Bow Hunter.
690 of the WCB pod.
That is correct.
Just podding it up in here in the... Is this the middle of the map studios now?
I think so.
I like that.
Yep. We'll run with it.
Hi, Eric.
Hello, how are you, Curtis?
I'm great. Hi, Doug.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Lee.
Hello.
Snortwee Scotty.
How's it going?
He's just earned himself a new nickname. We're not quite sure what it is, but Cole Jagger from Indy in the house.
Howdy. What do you got?
We haven't figured that out yet.
We'll figure it out.
To be determined.
Right. Yeah.
Episode
unprepared for that.
Soon. Yeah, we'll figure that out. You guys all look ravishing.
Thank you.
Great to see you guys.
You too.
Feel like we haven't really been in the studio together like this in a little while.
It feels like a long time.
We're still missing Austin and Ross. They're all hunting and shit, and it's still deer season, and life is good.
Life is great.
Life's really good when it's hunting season. When it's not, it's pretty good still, but
it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Average.
There's a lot to talk about. First off, as for this episode, the podcast is brought to you by Kill Bottle Whiskey. Kill Bottle Whiskey is it's distilled by Ledger Rock Distillery.
That's right.
Where are they at in Wisconsin, Eric?
Fond du Lac.
See, I just couldn't say it, so I leaned on
Bottom
you.
of the lake is what that means.
Does it really?
Yep.
got a
We stay
couple-
up there when we race there, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you tried it yet, Kurt?
I've drank a significant amount of it.
How's it taste?
I haven't had any today yet.
Oh.
Well, we might need some.
But I have 2 empty bottles on my shelf. One, we all got drunk and signed it the other week for good reason, for having a party. But Kill Bottle Whiskey, Kill Bottle Bourbon has the best label in the fucking whiskey game. If you disagree, you're a faggot. It's 90 proof, and it tastes real good.
Tastes real nice. Real nice, Clark.
I didn't mean the faggot thing. I just didn't know what else to say. So sorry about that to all the faggots listening. I meant to say
3.
Sorry. All right. I'm done now.
Sometimes I just blank out.
Sometimes I space out and
It comes out of my mouth.
my inner hate just leaks. That typically happens after I've drank Kill Bottle Whiskey, but yeah, I'm just being silly. But yeah, you can buy that online through Ledger Rock Distillery, Passion Spirits. Link is in the episode description, and yeah, everywhere else. Big Tine is also a partner. It's kind of past Big Time, except supplemental feed.
Yep.
And
that'll be coming back in here after season.
Yeah, some states you can just still rock it. If that's the case, code WCB 2024. That'll obviously change to WCB 2025 when it's 25. Huntworth right now, I don't know when this episode launches. I know I saw a Black Friday deal. A lot of these guys are rocking Black Friday sale. Same thing with Black Ovis. Code WCB 15 at Huntworth. Black Ovis basically has everything you could want, and that's code WCB there. We had it listed wrong on the website. Our bad.
Yeah, that was our bad. And that code works on top of the Black Friday sale.
Yeah, actually, any sale. I think it works on everything except for optics on top of any sale.
You know what I recommend when you get on Black Friday at Black Ovis? Their underwear.
Yeah, the merino
Their underwear is
yeah.
so underrated.
I second that.
It is insane.
Yeah, this will launch after Black Friday, but I don't know how long that sale lasts. But
well, hopefully it's still up. So you
either way,
just
that
get some. Yeah,
just
the
buy
underwear is
some.
just amazing.
Yeah, it works. Old Barn Taxidermy in Fort Madison, Iowa. A lot of trips.
They're going to be busy.
They're going to be busy with us. Interesting, though, there's like the ball is late to roll for season. Like they're just now into like mid-late November getting a lot of the deer in. I think it's because the weather and shit.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
They're hunting barbecue sticks.
Oh, so good. Meat processing to taxidermy to they're just a tannery to G2 taxidermy supply. They're killing it.
Got everything.
Trophyline has got a lot of use from our crew, except for Eric this season. Eric like hates Trophyline deep down, but I love it. Doug's like,
oh, dude, I use it like 90% of the season so far.
You're a saddle guy, Doug.
Dude. I sat all day in one.
That mustache is becoming multi-purpose so fast.
How'd your legs feel when you got down?
Terrible. My whole body hurt.
Tree stands are for sure more comfortable for longer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a debate there coming from just idiots of the mobile hunting game, but they're versatile. You can
the mobile of it is just
for sure.
So much easier.
Code WCB works at Trophyline. Grizzly coolers, hard side coolers, drinkware, fucking gear bags, luggage, blinds, world domination.
Made in Iowa.
Is that a new one?
What? Made in Iowa? Yeah, they've been in Iowa for a while. Yeah. Code WCB works. Get yourself some world domination. They're dominating, dude.
They are.
They're killing it.
If you're not if you're
They're
looking
dominated
at another
by cold beers.
Here's the thing: that is true. If you're looking at another brand for a cooler, if you don't have one, you're like, "Oh, I'm in the market," and you're not considering Grizzly, made in Iowa. You know what I think you probably are? A full-blown flaming motherfucker. I'm just kidding. I was gonna just do it because they're like, you guys are gonna expect me not to do it.
I thought you were going to go a different direction there, but
no, Kurt, no. Wait, no.
He's doing it. He's doing it, guys.
No, I really do believe that, though. I mean,
I had
American
a
made
little crossover.
aspect.
I bought some of my work dealers some Grizzly coolers. Had them custom with our logo put on the top.
That's cool.
Oh, real nice, Clark.
I know a lot of land agents because I got gifted one to me from Chase Burns at Land Guys. He gets the smaller hard-sided.
Yep, I got the 15.
Grizzlies. Yeah, the
smallest
15.
one.
The 15, and he has like Land Guys on the top. So you can do that. You can do custom badging for your brand, which is super cool. Code WCB works. Everything on Grizzly. Blackgate trail cams. We have the Whitetail Social coming up. First of all, they make great fucking cameras. But we're doing the Whitetail Social event. Link is in the episode description. January 25th of 25, 7 p.m. to midnight, $25. Each ticket would give you food and beverage pass for the entire evening, and chance for giveaways and exclusive product discounts at the show.
Those good-looking dudes up there.
We're going to sell some merch there. We're working on giveaways for you guys, and I think we're going to do a live podcast there. We're going to test run an idea I've been brainstorming, I think, at that show. And if you are there and you want to help test run with us, it could get absolutely silly, and that's what I want.
I'm down for that.
Code WCB10 works at Blackgate.
Cody Christian will be there.
Yeah, he's making me go 7 to midnight right now.
Yeah,
look at that.
Yes, thank you for that.
Wow.
We talked about Black Ovis, Novix Treestands. If you're a comfort guy and you're not a saddle dude like Eric's a Novix guy, which we all are Novix people.
Yeah,
but you are too. You're not a saddle hunter at all.
Never sat in a saddle.
All right, then let's quiz you, Lee and Eric.
All right. Yeah.
Favorite Novix set and why? Go.
It's the Hilo because it's the only one I have.
All right.
Quite frankly.
Why'd you go with the Hilo?
Just for smaller packability.
Compact,
light. It's my hang and hunt setup.
The Hilo does fit on back of Trophyline packs.
Yeah, the Hilo is my go-to. I take that thing everywhere.
It rules.
And the full-length double sticks.
Those also rule. Here's the thing. I love that all companies make two-step sticks, mini sticks. You know, both Trophyline and Novix make them, and a lot of other companies make them too. I'm here to put my foot down officially. I'm campaigning for the hunting world, the mobile hunting world. Make full-length sticks great again.
I am so in on that.
I am tired of trying to use shitty-ass aiders. Back me up. I'm tired of gapping them out and trying to step high and get winter pants.
What else?
The tread of my boots is too tall. I can't get my foot on the fucking step.
I got short legs.
Fuck those steps.
I got to have a better flashlight to see where I'm hopefully not going to fall. Make full-length sticks great again. I'm advocating for it. No,
Make them great.
I'm right there
keep
with
it
you.
up.
I don't use them short
Trophy
ones.
line, keep it up. Let's get some Magnite full-length sticks in business here.
Let's fucking do
Make
it.
them straps.
I've never used.
Make them 10 foot.
Yes. That's what I want.
It's one of those slide together magnet
I just
ones.
want one stick, and I want it to be 10 foot long.
Yeah. They have that.
That's what it has for it.
Novix has full-length Raider sticks that do slide together. Not mobile, but they're sick.
I mean, it could be.
Just walk
can make
across the
anything
field,
mobile
get
if you're
struck by
strong
lightning.
enough.
Just mobile is all just the amount of effort you're willing to put into it.
Correct.
Yeah.
100%.
That is true. Yeah.
But then, yeah, like anything's mobile.
A ladder stand. Can be
I know people that
mobile.
used to put ladder stands on their back and walk in and hang and hunt.
Here's the thing.
Later, nerd. Just
You guys all on my back. Make full-length sticks great again.
I got your back
I'm with
100%
you.
on
a lot
that.
of great sticks, and then they're all great, and we use them. But what I'm saying is, I just want more emphasis on the full length. Like, let's quit fucking around with these like mini sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
To get
make
the same
them
height, you gotta have
fuller
at least one more
length.
stick, if not two.
Take 3 full length sticks and shut the fuck up, all you mobile hunters on your stupid
Yeah.
forums.
Let's make
what
the
I'm saying
sticks
is, if
longer.
you're worried
How
about
about
just
that?
take 3 full length ones
Yeah.
and gap
2.
them out.
Yeah.
So I killed one of my bucks with. It was fine.
There's nothing better than gapping out a double stick to be like 10 foot high.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so high. You
I gotta be way up there.
Sick. I really covered some ground. Yeah.
You got 4 sticks in a tree and you're 6 feet up. What the hell happened?
Also, sorry, mobile hunting community. I didn't really mean that.
Give me a 10-foot stick and a neck saddle.
And that next saddle.
We're going.
Okay.
Holy moly.
Let's talk about a next saddle
Couple
later.
week sits.
So thanks, Novix, and also you guys are the shit. DeerCast rules. We all know that. It's our app of choice for mapping. Leupold Optics are the way to go. Aluma Trailers, alumaklm.com. They make American-made, all aluminum welded construction, made in Iowa. I know a lot of people that work at Aluma are WCB listeners, so massive shout out to you guys, and good job on making a high-quality product.
Great work.
We would say if you're going bougie, get yourself a Grizzly blind on an Aluma trailer and just ball out.
Yeah.
So
Last forever.
just all American, just flipping all the gays off on the way down to your property. I said gays, not the F word. That's a joke. I don't even hate gay people. It's just funny to joke about. Like I don't at all. It's just funny because people get offended by the word. For the record.
You don't have to explain yourself to us. We know.
We get it.
Yeah.
We've met you.
All right. We're moving on. Thanks for sitting through that. We just fucked off for 12 and a half minutes of just ad reads.
Shit.
It happens sometimes, you know?
They're fun that way.
Yeah.
This is honest.
Makes it interesting.
You guys are tagged out in Iowa.
Tagged out.
Figure we do a little season update
boom,
too.
boom.
First of all, congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congrats, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Congrats,
Thank you.
fellas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Couple things I want to get to the bottom of. Let's start here, right? I think everybody deserves this update.
Let's do it.
What's going on, Doug?
Straight for the jugular.
Just what's going
Dude,
on? Listen, I'm not hating. I just
no.
What's going on?
I'm having a hard time.
What's up?
The rut has been the weirdest I think it's been since I've started bow hunting. Really,
the weather sucked.
The weather,
Yeah.
The weather wasn't even that bad though. Like they still should have done their thing.
Southeast, the winds and shit.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say the
70
weather's been
mile an
bad. The
hour.
wind directions.
The wind.
Yeah,
been
had a
weird.
lot of
That's
east-southeast winds.
My
for
my
sure.
rutcation was basically a waste.
Talk about it real quick. Give us like
The
why?
deer just I don't know. They weren't chasing. I mean, I've seen does with fawns everywhere. I mean, you see a little buck chase, but that's about it. What the hell?
Sorry, there's a hair on your mic. It was driving me nuts.
Because you're a dude that puts in as many hours as anybody in a tree.
Dude, I'm still doing it, and it's getting old.
Especially on your vacation.
Yeah,
Spent a
it was
lot of
7.
time
I mean,
in
that was
Now-
7 days straight.
Now it's starting to get cold.
Well, I think this is what you're gonna want.
I think this is what. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this weekend is the weekend.
This is my favorite week of the season.
Yeah, coming in like during this recording, we're working
It's
into
the
Thanksgiving
21st.
weekend. It'll probably launch just after Thanksgiving here. So, I think the best is yet to come to find big deer moving a lot in daylight. Like the panic to like get laid will like laid a couple more times ensues. But like, yeah, I'm just curious because your tactic is like put in the hours, play your wind, and wait. And you could have shot deer. You're just holding out for like
I for
big
sure
one.
could have shot deer. I mean, I passed up one that was probably 150s at least. The one that you said I did a good job at passing.
Oh yeah,
That was early on though, and now
Early.
we're getting later.
We're getting later.
So if that deer walks by tomorrow, would you shoot him?
I don't know.
That's
I guess we'll find out.
You gotta be in the moment, huh?
Yeah.
It's a feel thing day to day.
Yeah, it is a feel thing.
I just figured we deserved that update a little bit.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's getting a little better, and hopefully this weekend it kicks off.
If I look back at like camera history, the 20th through the 27th, I have more daylight mature bucks than any other week the entire season.
Definitely.
100%.
I'd agree with that.
So
I think it's going to be good.
It's time.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, your mustache tingling now?
Oh, shit.
It's not like me.
I'm just glad your beard is kind of back.
Are you making a prediction for Doug?
I was going
off
through
that,
some
John?
shit. I had a Britney Spears 2006 moment. It worked.
It did work. It did work. You came out of it on top.
Pictures. I look like shit in all my pictures.
Shaving's the move.
Do I regret it?
You pushed through.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're really working it.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
going.
He's fucking dancing.
Oh, smelling it? Okay.
The 28th.
Ooh.
I was really hoping to go like the 22nd tomorrow.
I'm just feeling like you're going to like go through it. You're going to think about your hours you're putting in. You're really going to feel them. And then
Smack one.
Here comes a mega.
You got to shave the mustache off. That's what it's going to take.
On Thanksgiving.
Kill 200 incher.
Is that the 28th?
Yeah.
Go Thanksgiving morning.
If I was guaranteed a 200 incher, would I shave my mustache?
Doug.
Would you?
Would you?
Doug.
A 204.
You have to think about that?
Why 204? What a weird number.
I just know. It's just a high number. Just the high. It's just up there, you know?
Well, I feel like that number is like really specific.
It would also beat my father. Biggest deer.
What's your old man's?
203 and I'd have to look. And in the 8s. It's in the 8s.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
I think it's 4/8.
You fucking bitch. I hope it is 4/8.
I think it's 4/8.
I hope it is 4/8.
I think it is.
Text him.
Marv just beats you up.
I'm on my way to kick your ass.
You piece of shit.
Somehow his arm just comes to the window right now.
Hits me in the
All
back
the
of
way.
head.
No, it's Doug all the way across the room.
Just hits Doug for some reason.
Well, I just wanted to like get to the bottom of it, Doug, because we haven't had a season update. But I also feel like you're waiting for deer that most people, you're passing deer that most people would shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Because
sure.
we're trying to level up, and then it doesn't help that we have like this internal like points competition with our friends.
That doesn't help. But I mean, I messed up on a few good ones. I will say that. But that's here and there. You know.
Can we talk? Can we just talk about the one you try to stop? This is a good. There's a lesson in this.
This was November. I don't know. Second or third day of my rotation, and I'm in the saddle, not even seeing that much. And like this was like 11:30, middle of the day. I was just on my phone, and I turn and I look, and it looked like a nice buck coming. So then I checked with my binoculars, and he turned his head, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm shooting this fucker." And he comes in, and it's just perfect. I drew back. He got behind a tree, drew back. He comes into 20. He comes into 10. He comes into 5 right under me. And I don't know. I just, for some reason, I just went meh to stop him. And I literally just scared the living shit out of him. I jump scared him. He bolted.
He's gone like a fart in the wind.
Dude,
No stopping, just oh shit.
Dude, I lost him. He went like hundreds of yards probably.
He didn't even do like the quick stop, look around, and
didn't
go.
even stop to see what it was. He's like, I'm out.
You could have just yelled like, "Hey!"
Could have done anything else.
That has happened to that deer.
Oh, probably,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have done the kissing noises or something.
That's my.
But I like blacked.
go-to.
I don't know. I blacked out. You know.
Yeah, I get it.
Been there.
I would tell
I could have just
So I'm
shot him
called
instead of
Snortweeds.
stopping him at 5 yards.
Literally why I'm called Snortweeds.
Oh my God, there's a deer.
Oh shit! He's at 5 yards.
Too loud, man. Too loud. Yeah, I've done that before as well, and I just really think the squirrel. It's either a squirrel noise or a kissing noise. You just there'd be a squirrel, but I'm telling you, just like just something subtle. That, and you can also do it while you're anchored. And it's like with this 360 cam we've been using, I've been watching me do it. And I'm anchored the whole time, just going like it takes no mouth movement, and it's not such a foreign sound.
Yeah.
That they lock up. Like they'll still kind of take a half step and be like, "What?" But they're
look
not.
around, yeah.
They're not pegging you down.
Yeah.
So
Not your drawback on.
Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know.
yeah. Hey, it's all good. That's a good lesson though. But it's just
Yeah.
the reality of it.
It happens.
Doug, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen, buddy. I've got a feeling.
Yep. Deep down in my plums, I know it's going to happen.
At least you're not the last one. Like Austin and Ross are still working on it as well.
Yeah, true. They're probably going to text us they just killed or something right now.
And then you just automatically go last one.
Well,
check my text.
Shit.
Like 400 inches of antler. What?
Shit, fuck.
Yeah. I think you're good.
Yeah, I'm excited for this weekend for sure. And then,
especially with these temperatures dropping the way they have yesterday and today,
and we haven't had them yet.
You're right.
And then I think tomorrow it'll be decently windy, but not like this. And then Saturday, it's not going to be that windy at all. So
Saturday's going to be the move.
Something is going to have death.
So we're kind of skipping ahead just because of the way the night's going to fall. This episode's going to launch before my episode. So,
which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. All right. Well, we should talk every year, just the way it works. I don't know if it's like coincidence. Eric and I were having this conversation. I kill, not every single year, but typically at a typical average year, I kill like late October, and then Eric always kills right after. Since 2015, when we started this podcast, like I killed that big 8, and you killed your old 8-year-old like 2 days or a day later, whatever it was, and it just kind of have happened that way for.
Yeah,
years.
when we were talking about it, I was like, hey, next year, I'm not even going to go to the tree until you kill one.
Okay,
I'm just not even going to hunt.
Oh, for sure.
And I've been waiting on like more specific deer. So it's like, and dude, it's like the text I was getting. We get into November 1st and I'm getting texts and messages. What's going on, man? Normally you got one. I'm like, well, way to add like this unnecessary pressure to my season.
Right.
Thanks.
Kirk lost it.
Thanks for stressing me out when I don't need to be.
Yeah. You all right? I had Damien. I told this on another podcast. I don't remember which one. Damien's like, you must be waiting for something good if you haven't shot nothing yet. I'm like, thanks, Damien. That was like a compliment, but also like checking in on me. It's like, I don't check. It's like
I'm good. I'm good.
It's like, yeah, I'm all right.
You mentally all right, dog?
Yeah. So Eric and I talked. I'm like, all right, I need to kill. Well, then I killed, and then it was like, all right, now you guys can kill.
Yeah.
And then literally,
bang, 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 bang.
the next day again.
When'd you?
No.
Yeah, the next day. Yeah.
Oh, on my second one though.
On the second one, yeah.
So yeah, like the 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I killed mine the 15th. Yep.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah. So the season's actually been somewhat decent. I picked up a new property late last year, so I didn't even get time to hunt it last year. Like barely time to get cameras out and figure it out. So this year was kind of a learning curve on that property, but it laid out pretty easy and big creek run through and everything. But I set up 3 cameras. There's a couple decent bucks on it. It's kind of a city hunt right next to town and everything. So they're running through there, but they're not staying there. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a pass through type deal. But yeah, and this year too, I busted out a decoy. I never used a decoy before just because I didn't know how.
Underrated. They're underrated.
They are underrated, very underrated. I'm gonna have one from now on. Mm-hmm. But a different property I used on first, like it worked flawlessly. Like there's a decent buck that came out, and I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna see if it'll work or not, because on that property, there's where I sit in the corner. They always come out across the field, so they never have a reason to come over to my side to the field. So I'm like, I need to have something to draw them over there, Decoy was out, and buck steps out way on the other side. I grunt at him. I thought I scared him because I grunted and he looks over my direction and then starts trotting back to the timber. I'm like, well, that didn't work,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I just fucked that up.
There goes that.
Yeah. Fuck. And then he actually went into the timber and got downwind of me.
Oh shit.
Because a couple minutes went by and I heard something just thrashing on a tree going nuts, and all of a sudden to my right he just steps out. I'm like, oh, so it did work. So it didn't work till it worked right away, and he come up sidestepping the decoy, and I thought he was gonna beat the living shit out of it, and he was sidestepping towards it, and then kind of got scared. It was standing there for probably 2 minutes, which seemed like 2 hours, and just walked off. But yeah, we go back to this new property I picked up last year. I set up a couple of different tree stands, which I thought were going to be good. And they were, but just not where I needed to be to kill them. And
there is an art in picking a preset that's going to be magical in the future. Mm-hmm. That's a skill that I don't think gets enough credit.
There's also nothing better than you pick it and then you kill out of it. And you're just like, oh, hell yeah.
I'm the best.
Yeah, I just know.
Right.
I know what I'm doing.
I am a god.
Yeah,
I've been here before.
I left my cameras out all winter long and everything, so I just turned them back on this summer and left them in the spots, you know, and then the bucks weren't really showing up, so I'm like, I need to move these cameras around. Like, they haven't moved since I got the property. So I moved them around, and there's deer running down this field edge every morning and mostly every night. So I'm like, I need to get down there. And it was like one of them days where you're like, oh, it's going to work out great. I'm going to get in early. Of course, something happens where you're running late. You're doing the shit. I'm like, I don't have time to set up a stand. There's an old shitty ladder stand there. It's about, I can touch the platform with my hand. I'm like,
how long has it been there? Just forever?
Oh, it's been there forever. It looks like it's made out of conduit.
Is it like into the tree?
Oh, yeah. Like there's still straps on it, but the straps are loose and it's just tighter and shit.
Oh, ballsy on your part.
Yeah, but it's in a cedar tree, so I'm like, this could work, you know, because it's got all the shit hanging. Like, it's got good cover with it. But I had to go in there and trim a bunch of shit off, which worked. And then I brought the decoy in with me there because down to my left is the creek crossing, the main one. So they can either go right or left. They mostly come right to me. But if they go left, I'm hoping I'll grunt at them or do something where they'll come back and see the decoy.
Perk the interest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of weird. Like, the mornings they come, like, by the stand from kind of the roadway. At night, they do the opposite, you know, so I'm hoping to catch them when they cross the creek and come right by me. And got the decoy all set up, get in the tree, and, you know, I got the little pruners in there just trimming all these little branches, you know, in a cedar tree, just, that'll work. So I got a couple little pockets there where if I have to shoot here, left a bunch, little pocket here, 3 pockets there, and then I'm like, yeah, it's looking good, you know. Got my bow all set up, camera set up, and
smelling like cedar.
Oh, smelling like cedar.
Fuck,
Smelling
that's a good smell.
Well, first of all, I get in this tree stand. There's like probably 5 pounds of coon shit on top of it.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good. Not good. So
So I rub myself down.
just
I got eaten.
Yeah.
face paint. Just rubbed it in the pores.
You never smell me.
It's like, son of a bitch.
Relax.
Committed.
That guy's hardcore.
That shit's fucking gross.
It was gross. It was not.
What the hell?
It was not nice. So I trim a tree off, you know, a limb off, and I'm kind of like just raking it off, brooming it off pretty much, and it's just stuck on there, you know. So then you got to kind of poke it through.
They pick spots that you want to be to just shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
oh, you know they're laughing when they did it.
Like, come on, dude.
The same property, I hung another stand a couple weeks before that in a big cottonwood, so I had to use the screw-in steps till I could get up where I could get the straps around, you know.
Yeah.
Went to grab my hand around one of the branches to kind of pull myself up.
Coon shit.
Right in a pile of like fresh coon. And you know right away too, you're just like, oh no.
No.
Oh no. It's just disgusting. Why? Yeah. Like why can't they just why can't they just shit on the ground like a normal animal?
Just screaming in the sky.
Raccoons, bottom line, they're pieces of shit.
They are. They shit in the weirdest spots.
It's we're about to declare war on
smallest tree limb, poop on it.
I'm gonna shit on it.
Why would you even climb on this?
Why are you even here?
Every climb up, take a shit, and get down.
Yeah.
Dude, every chance I get to flip off a raccoon, that motherfucker's getting the finger in.
You just flip him off?
Yeah, I just give it to him. I got a video of one that's good, and you can tell it hurt his feelings. I was like,
did he kind of put his head down and walk away?
No, he stared at me like, here, I'll show you the video. I couldn't believe I did it.
It's like, this motherfucker.
He's like,
oh, this raccoon's like, I see that before.
Audacity.
He's like,
how dare you? How dare you?
Why?
You come into my home.
Why?
I never.
I'm shitting there next time.
I'm shitting right in your seat, pal.
Next time you step in coon shit, remember this moment.
Wouldn't that be funny if you go back the next day and there is a pile of coon shit on your seat?
Right there.
On your platform.
Here it is.
What if he flipped you off back?
Watch. Just wait for it. He's down the pipe, too. All right, wait for it. Here's my finger. Watch it.
It's like,
are you shitting me right now?
Bro, what the fuck?
That's pretty fucking good, actually.
Dude, you gotta post that.
Yeah.
Fucker couldn't believe it.
TikTok
He's
worthy.
like, for real, dude? I just buried it at him.
You hurt his feelings,
It's like,
didn't you?
I was having a good day.
Just mind my own business.
Ruined his night. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, he just stared at me like, dude, for real? You're just doing that?
Right now?
Did he
Anyways,
shoot
coon
at you?
shit on
No,
a
he
branch.
just flipped me off.
He just flipped me off. I can't believe it.
Let him have it.
What the hell just happened?
Yeah, that happened, dude.
That's worse than getting shot, dude.
That shit's real. You gotta
Yeah.
write that down.
That's to the heart.
Raccoon video.
Literally and metaphorically.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what you do when you see them. Give them a good. Make sure they hear you. Do the. Let them look, and then just feed them down the pipe.
Just give it to him.
Just let them know.
While making eye contact the whole time.
Oh yeah, you can't break eye contact. You just.
Yeah, do that.
So anyway, try that. That's my tip for the episode. Sorry, Eric. Figured that was a little fun.
No, you're good. That
was a fun side.
That was
quest.
that was a good story. That was a good story.
Thanks. Glad you enjoyed it, man.
Jeez.
Sorry. Continue your way cooler story than mine.
My shitty story.
Yeah. So you can't get away from raccoon shit. It's just
Yeah, raccoon shit
impending
just-
doom on.
I mean,
all
yeah,
of
It's
it.
just following you.
poop in general just attracts me. But anyways, yeah. So I sit down, everything's set up, ready to go, and this is 2:24. I sit down, and within 10 minutes, here comes. I got a buck down there that broke every single tine off. Like he is just main beams, and he comes from the left, which I think they're all gonna do. I'm like, oh sweet, we're gonna see if the decoy works or not, in this spot. And he comes in. He's kind of just. He's not like searching or anything. He's just kind of slowly walking, head down, eating a little bit. And then he pops up and like makes eye contact with the decoy and just bolts the other way. Like
He's done fighting.
just takes off. He's like, I got my feelings hurt enough this year. I'm out of here.
He's like, I can't.
I cannot take this right now.
All right.
So I'm like, well, shit. Like, is this decoy a good idea or not? So
They typically don't feel like it when you first start hunting over one. You're like, this sucks.
yeah. So then I'm sitting there contemplating. I'm like, well, if one of the two good deer that are here do that and do the same thing, I'm going to be pissed. So I'm like, do I get down to the stand real quick and just go throw this decoy in the weeds that are right there? And I'm like, nope, we're just going to let it play out, see what happens. So that deer did that, and I get back on my phone, and then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see movement, and like to my right, like is this. It's like a rolling hill, so he was coming up over top of this.
How much time has gone by from the first deer spooking to this? You seeing this next deer?
15 minutes.
Oh shit! Quick, okay.
Quick, yeah. So he's, I can't see up over this hill that's kind of in front of me, and all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see a deer coming. I'm like, oh, and he gets behind some trees and shit, and I'm like, oh, that's one of them, and I'm glassing him up, and he's coming down the hill, and he hasn't seen this decoy yet, which he should have been able to see him right from the top of the hill. And he gets the bottom, just kind of hits the e-brake, dude, like, stops. And he looks at the decoy, and I'm like, now he's within 30 yards of the decoy, so I don't want to do grunt or do anything at him. Like, it's just going to spook him out of there. So he's kind of like all weary about it. Then he walks over. It's a field edge, but then there's some tall grass off the side, and then the creek that runs right behind me. And he goes over, starts raking a tree and doing all this shit. I'm like, this is good.
Looking up.
This is good.
Looking up.
This is good. So he does that. Then he kind of steps back out, and he's like just having a stare down with this decoy. You can tell he's kind of like, what's this deer just standing there doing weird shit?
This thing talking shit or not?
Yeah. So then he just, as slow as possible, walks towards it. And the decoy's at 20 yards. And then he starts like kind of sidestepping it. And then he goes to put his head down. And he hits it with his antler.
Oh, he did hit it.
He hit it, yeah. And it's like an old plastic decoy, It made the most plastic noise ever. Like, I almost spooked him because I was laughing so hard. Like, I was just trying not to laugh. And I thought he was just going to bolt after that. But then he kind of got scared a little bit and went to my left and circled around him. And then he starts squaring up to him again. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good.
He's got some sort of plastic armor on. What a bitch. Oh.
I'm confused by your armor.
Yeah.
Which actually worked perfect because when he hit him with his antlers, he was like on the other side of the decoy and hit him in the ass.
Oh.
So then he jumped, went to my left, and then now he's sidestepping in between me and the decoy. It was textbook perfect.
Yeah, money.
Yeah. I just trimmed tiny
Did you have the head facing you?
So I had it quartering to me.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep. With one antler in.
Oh, you did the one antler move.
And then I couldn't find one ear, so he was missing an ear too.
Can't fight. He can fight as
Just an old
fight half
warrior.
as good. Hear half as good.
Yeah. Yep. So I think that helped. I don't know.
Hell, half the deer I've shot are missing part of an ear at least.
Well, one ear
Not
didn't
far
even
off.
work.
Yeah.
But yeah, he comes in and then he stops at 17 yards, but he's behind. He's not in one of my shooting lanes, you know. So he's walking into the decoy and I draw and he stops. I'm like,
Did he see you draw?
no. I'm like, I don't have a shot though. So I think we looked at the film. It was like a minute before he had to take like 4 more steps.
So you're full draw for a 1 minute. Clean?
1 minute, and it seems
That's a long time.
That is a long
dude,
time.
in the video, you can see me shaking. I should have let down, but he's at 17 yards.
You
You know,
just
I'm
never
like, I don't know if I'm gonna do something stupid and
let down hard. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. So
No,
I'm like,
totally understandable. Yeah.
in the video, you can see me shaking. I'm like,
Did you have 360 cam on it on YouTube?
oh yeah,
Oh, sick,
yeah.
sick.
So I'm like, 3 more steps and I could probably get a shot off, and he takes 2, and I'm like, ugh. So I'm full draw, and I kind of scoot over, and then I gotta like bend down and way to the right, and it opened that branch up just enough and clean, double lunged him straight through the lungs, and then he kind of jumped back and stops, like what the hell just happened, you know? And then he just starts doing this weird donkey kick and everything, and I can see blood coming out of his nose. I'm like, oh, he's going down
for
right there, you know. And then he starts doing like the sideways run and just falls 40 yards from the decoy.
Could you see him in the field fall?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Love when they die in the field.
Oh, dude, he like
Beautiful.
fell in the tall grass right next to the field, but you can see the grass just going nuts and just blood spurting everywhere, dude. Like just totally deflated his lungs.
Love that. Best feeling ever.
Best feeling ever.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah.
He's a good buck too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so
Congrats.
that, I sat down at whatever it was, 2:24 or whatever. I called my wife at 3:11 saying he was down.
Bitch, and easy work, honey.
Yeah. I couldn't. I'm still mind blown by it that it was just.
You can't let them know it's that easy sometimes, though.
Oh,
then when
for
you
sure.
They're like, oh, what's taking so long?
Yeah, true.
Because she knew I was hunting, and she answered. She's like, "Why are you calling me?" And I'm like, "Buck down!" You know, I yelled at her. And
Devin has infiltrated all of the Midwest with this buck down yelling.
The bad thing is she was like in half-ass. She just got done with a meeting, so like all her coworkers were behind, like around her, and I'm just screaming in the phone.
We're having sex when I get home.
You better be naked.
You bust out the red panties. Yeah, they're all like, Jesus, your husband's a barbarian.
He's a barbarian.
Yeah.
Just normal guy.
Love that.
Normal guy.
Yeah, it was awesome just watching him fall right there and go down.
Good work, brother.
Love it.
Yeah.
Efficiency
Smoke.
at its finest.
Yeah.
Love it when a plan comes together.
So we're gonna do Jordan. Jordan's filming somebody else that's cooler than us, apparently.
Apparently.
We're not that cool.
I was gonna ask where he was.
Yeah, he wants to quit, but he doesn't have the balls to say it to our face. I'm just kidding. No, he's like we had an agreement when we signed the deal with him that he could go film a couple guys. So they filmed Stan Potts, but they're filming spots. I can't get into details.
Turns out in the fine print, you signed a 55-year contract.
Yeah.
Your life is ours.
We have
sold
some
your soul to
theories.
us.
I think Stan might have touched him in some places he doesn't really want to talk about.
Jesus Christ.
No, I can't say that on the air. To air out Jordan's dirty laundry when he's not here.
Show us on the doll where he touched you, Jordan.
God damn, Kurt, might as well. I'd rather you say the F word than that.
Fuck. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's a fun joke. No, it's not.
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
People get it.
Yeah.
They know who we are.
People understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool.
No, I'm gonna make another drink.
Yeah, that's a good.
All right.
Oh, God.
This guy just leaves and never talks to us again.
Yeah, this guy never comes back.
Speaking of touching boys, Lee's in
Oh,
here,
my God.
and Lee also.
Great transition. Great transition.
That is a great transition.
I'm on one
Let's
today.
get into it.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, my God.
Thanks for the laugh, Cole. Appreciate that.
I'm gonna scoot over here a little bit.
You're out of frame. You're out of frame.
Oh, okay.
Get back in there.
All right.
Bunch of assholes.
Sorry, Lee.
Oh,
that
you
was,
guys are
that
my
was funny.
friends.
That was funny.
That's pretty funny.
You don't think that was funny?
No, I don't think it was fucking funny.
Why not?
I thought it was great.
It was kind of funny.
Everyone
Okay,
knows it's
I
not
get it.
true.
A
That's why
little
it's
bit of
funny.
fun.
Kinda
Yeah, it's
funny.
not true.
It was
That's why
kinda
it's
It's a joke.
Did you see Jordan's comment on my post?
No, I didn't.
When, on the Instagram post, he said, "Yes, officer, this is the man." I'm like, you fucking dickhead.
Can't get away from it.
Anyways, yeah, I was successful too, you know?
Just a couple days apart, really, right?
You were 15th, I was 17th.
Yep.
So I share with Papa Dave on a kill day with the Geyer buck. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
You want me to start at the whole top of the season?
So we talk a lot about deer strategy, you and I do, and because we both, well, I drive far into town and back, and then normally you're driving around for work too. So we talk a lot. So I kind of have like a good gauge of.
You want me to start with like main target buck starting the season?
If you want.
I mean,
I'll let you go in as much detail or as little detail as you want.
Might as well get an update from you.
Yeah,
you haven't been in a while.
You have history with multiple deer.
A lot.
You're just aware of deer.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that you're like hunting them on their ass every day or nothing like that. You just know about deer.
So starting the season, I had a buck last year that I passed one time. I called Buzz Lightyear. I called him Buzz Lightyear because 2 reasons. First of all, I thought he was a giant typical, and I'm like, oh, he could go to infinity and beyond, you know?
I do love that.
And I also
creative.
Cut my finger with a saw when I was hanging cameras in that area, and the only band-aid I had was a Buzz Lightyear band-aid, so that's what I put on my finger. So that's where he got his nickname, Buzz Lightyear.
I thought you just really loved Toy Story.
No.
Hey, great movie.
It's a sick name, though.
Yeah. So, passed him last year because I thought he was 4. Big typical, like 175 to 178 inches last year. Put cameras out, did all my work for him this spring. Like, never have done that before. Never have gone in and put cameras up and hung stands for the deer in like March, like shed season. Doesn't show up. And I'm like, what the hell? And finally I get a picture of him like September 15th, go to hunt October 1st and get pictures from that morning while I'm in the stand. And I'm like, oh my God, he was walking in here this morning.
Yeah,
and I was
he's
only
in here.
Yeah, I'm like, oh fuck. Long story short, I had one encounter with him. Couldn't get him shot. He was like 70 yards, and come to find out somebody killed him like 2 days after my encounter with him. Like a mile and a half away, actually, is where they killed him. He was along the river bottom, so he cruised a shitload.
Yep.
How big of a deer was he roughly?
Well, he said he scored him at 174, and I know where both of his sheds are from last year, and one was 79 inches and one was 75 inches, and he was like 20 wide. Just perfect, pretty, clean, typical 10. Like when I sent you the first velvet picture of him, you're like, dude, that deer's 90s. Like,
just look at mega.
And I think, I don't know, I'm gonna score him because the guy said he'd let me. I think he's got to be close to 80. I would think, you know.
Any deer that's over, we've talked about this a lot. Any deer that touches the 180 mark and bigger, they're almost impossible to scale.
Yeah,
and I think it's because you don't get to handle deer like that often. So like the judgment when you hear people guess on a deer that's like that big, like of that stature, it kind of goes from like, I don't know, he could be 175 to 200 and some or whatever, you know, like it's just,
especially with like a clean typical. That's because when they get to that point, you can't, if everything's proportionate, you can't tell if they're 10-inch tines or 13-inch tines.
Yeah,
everything
kind of messes with your head.
Like,
and there's a theory. I don't know if we were talking about it. Some trail cams, like, all right, do trail cam pictures make deer on average look bigger or smaller? We might have talked about this.
It was me and you, I think. IR versus flash.
I think we talked about this on a podcast.
I think we did on middle of the map, but the second middle of the map episode, we were so fucked up. Scotty included that.
I don't remember any.
I don't remember
You don't remember any of it?
I remember a fresh deer story.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember Rachel's fucking story at all.
Dude.
Jesus.
I was falling asleep. Scotty told his story for 48 minutes straight on one deer. And I'm like,
did I?
Dude,
were you really?
Dude.
Rachel said he fell asleep for a second.
Yeah, I was like,
you pulled a Doug?
I pulled a Doug. Scotty was just beating me to death.
I remember I got told I said fuck a lot.
It was just fucking and
just.
Yeah, I'm over here doing this. I'm fighting for my life. It'll be great fucking footage when it's out.
Oh God.
Kurt falls asleep in 3, 2.
Oh, I'm like trying to focus. And anyway, but
I don't remember any of it.
That's amazing.
We were talking about trail cams. Some trail cams, and it depends on the angle and the distance from the cam and infrared. And I think a lot of it is like the field of view of the cam, kind of like a 0.5 on an iPhone.
Yeah.
You take all your deer photos of the 0.5 camera angle, and everything's 190.
Mm-hmm. Just like screen tilt.
Screen tilt, yeah. Yes. So anyway.
So honestly, this year I had more target bucks than I've had in a lot of, like, more bucks that I would shoot. Like I had my top 1 and 2 that I wanted to shoot. Number 1 got killed. Number 2 disappeared on October 7th. And this is crazy when I start listing this off, but Number 3 became my number 1 at that point, you know, with number 2 being MIA. I mean, I hadn't had a picture of him in like over 3 weeks. And the way that where I'm at property wise, I didn't figure he probably stuck around. So number 3 became number 1 and up down the line. Hunted pretty much number 1, but number 1 and number 2 and 3 were all in the same area, same timber. And this was actually number 3. And I had this shed from last year. I've never been able to hunt the property. And actually I found the shed on one of the neighboring properties. I just got permission on it this year. And finding the shed, I was like, oh, because he's not, it's not a heavy massed wise deer. He's just spindly. I'm like, oh, that's gotta be like a stud 3-year-old, you know? Not realizing who the deer was or anything like, so I just assumed he was 3, which is dumb because you can't go off mass, you know?
Yeah, but typically
spindlier deer are younger, you know?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
On average.
Right. So going through, you know, I in my mind, when I got the first picture of him, it was that foggy picture. Do you remember me sending that in the group? And I was like, who knows what this is? And Austin was like, just something with a shitload of long tines.
Yeah.
Then when I realized who it was, I was like, oh, he's 4. Like I didn't even think to look into like looking at his body or anything. So I just wrote it off in my mind that he was 4, not having any pictures last year or anything. So I hung 1 stand on this new permission property. It's just a pretty perfect, all these south facing ridges funnel through this one point. Like honestly, it's a dream location.
It's pretty beautiful.
Yeah. It's like all these like really thick south facing ridges meet a grassy creek bottom. It's a transition and it's it's everything.
It brings it all right
100%.
there.
I'm picturing it right now. That's beautiful.
I can smell it.
I hang my stand on a Sunday, text the landowner, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to drive my Ranger in, hang my stand, because the landowner drives the Ranger around quite a bit, so the deer are kind of used to it. So I'm like, it doesn't bother me driving in there. Drive in there, hang the stand, planning on hunting it Wednesday, and I text him, I'm like, hey, I'm going to hang it today to hunt on Wednesday. And my mistake, I didn't text him on Wednesday. I forgot to text him on Wednesday and remind him I was coming. So I go in, hunt, and like with an hour and 15 minutes left, out walks, and I run cameras all around this property, have for years. Out walks a deer, and I'm like, I have no fucking idea who that is. And it was a giant. It was a 170-inch deer, and he's coming to me. Long story short, he's at like 65 yards, and all of a sudden I hear the Ranger start up on top of the hill, and I'm like, oh
no.
Drives, crosses the creek right to me. Deer runs and blows back in the timber.
Yeah, but the nice thing is like that deer's used to that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it didn't spook him off the property.
Yeah, and he didn't end up coming back out. And the next time I'm in there hunting, this deer walks by, and I actually passed him because in my mind I'm like, he's 4. Like I didn't look at his body. Once I looked at the binos and saw the rack, I'm like, oh, that's the 4-year-old.
Good work too, because I wouldn't have.
Hell no.
And I'm like, it's not because he's not big enough. Like it's a deer that I would shoot knowing he was mature, you know. But I'm like, oh, he's 4. You know, no history other than the shed. Had it in my mind he was a 4-year-old. Pass him. Let's see. Then the next sit, I had shifted my stand about 80 yards because after the 2 times sitting there, I noticed the deer movement was east farther than I figured it was going to be. This is to like, it's in the rut at this point. Like 3 o'clock, all of a sudden I see him coming from the west again, coming down the trail. I put the binos up. I'm like, oh, 4-year-old, put my binos back away. And out from the east, here comes a 3-year-old 8-pointer. And that 3-year-old 8 just pins his ears and sidesteps to this deer, and he just goes.
The 8-pointer does?
One.
Oh, the big, yeah.
Yeah.
Snorting weeds his ass.
What I thought was, and that 3-year-old just went, tucked his tail and turned and walked away, and he walked him off. And I'm looking at him with the binos, and then all of a sudden I like see something off to the north, and I glance, and I'm like, oh, fuck, that's my number 1. So I'm like, put my binos away, and then he's coming through the thick shit, and I'm like, what? Something doesn't look right, and I fucking pull my binos up. He's missing like 60 fucking inches of antler.
60?
60. He broke his beam off on his right side after his brow, and he broke his G2 off on the left side.
God damn.
Just clean off.
So he's missing a 2, 3, and 4 on the right, and the whole beam length.
And the beam.
And missing his G2 on his left.
What an asshole.
What the hell happened?
It's mind-blowing to me, like, when you see that, because if you try breaking one of these off right now, it's impossible.
Yeah.
There is
So you get hit by a car just in the antlers?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
There's one buck in there. Pretty much every buck I have is busted up in some way, shape, or form in there, except for one single deer who I know is a 4-year-old and is super heavy. And I think he's just bullying him around because even at
Beating
3,
the shit out of everyone.
even as a 3-year-old, I watched him walk Carolina, who is my number 1. Watched him walk him off last year as a 5-year-old off the field. The 3-year-old walked the 5-year-old off, and I think he's just a bully. Actually, I was gonna shoot. He was my number 2 in this scenario. I call him Cucumber, but I never actually ended up seeing him.
I used to be a name hater on deer, but now I love them.
It's fun to let my kids name them. That's what I do.
Well, it's fun, and two, it's like that one 4-year-old that's a 10-pointer. It's like, dude, I'm fucking lost,
dude.
Yeah.
Especially guys like me that I hunt a lot of freaking properties, and I've got a lot of 10-pointers, and it's like if you say, "Oh, the 10-pointer with the short G2," it's like,
what?
Which one?
Which one?
Know?
Right.
That's fun to name them.
And actually, this deer, he broke off between the first time I encountered him and the second time I encountered him. He broke off like a 9-inch G4 on his right side. But after that encounter, then number 1 was taken off the list, so number 2 became number 1, and number 3 became number 2, which is him.
You gotta have to come to light realization.
Yeah, because I had a Snapchat memory come up on November 12th of this deer from last year, and I did not realize I had the picture. It was one of those I just saved it and didn't notice, didn't remember it because it was one picture. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh fuck, there's no way that deer is 3 in that last year's picture. No way. I sent it to all you guys. I sent it to Perry. I sent it to a bunch of people, and everybody's like,
all the pros. Yeah.
I was like,
sorry.
Everybody.
And then us.
yeah. Perry, the pros, Josh Sparks, and then you fags.
Yeah. Everybody was like, no fucking
losers.
way that deer's 3. No way. Like, he's at minimum 4, if not older there. And at that point,
that was here.
That was here. Yep.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm like,
at the shed for the people in audio land.
Yeah. At that point, I'm like, well, if he comes by, I guess I'm going to make the decision. I've already passed him, so maybe I will, but if we'll see what the scenario is.
Gotta feel right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at that point, it was kind of like, all right, well, I'm going to hunt, hunted it 2 more times. Really slow hunts during the rut. It was weird. Like noon to 3,
So bad.
movement was phenomenal. And from 3 to 5:30, I didn't see a deer. Like the next 2 hunts, like 0 deer. So the day I killed him, I go in about noon, and I'm in the stand for like 5 minutes, and to my south is just thicker than shit. And all of a sudden I hear like just bucks grunting and shit crashing.
Gotta love that.
And there's like, I haven't had a like big chase like that in a lot of years. I was talking with Josh about that. I'm like, you don't see that as much as you'd like to admit, Anyways, I throw the binos up, and it's like doe, buck, 4 with 4 bucks behind her.
She's hot.
Yeah, definitely. Then a little bit later, here comes a buck cruising by himself, and then a little bit later, here comes a buck cruising by himself. And I actually had sent a snap, and then it'd been like an hour and a half, and I sent a Snapchat that was like slow, like this has been slower than shit. Send it, put my phone back on airplane mode, put it in my pocket, and then like 30 seconds later, I hear, brrr, and I'm like.
I love that. Where is it?
Yeah. And I was like, where'd that come from? I'm like, that.
Who are you?
That gets you more excited because it's like when I hunt, I hear that I'm like, there's a deer in proximity where I could grunt. They don't grunt that loud, so it's got to be close. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, it's the best.
It was like a nice deep. It wasn't like a, you've heard young ones and it's like, brr.
Yeah.
It was like
coming out.
Yeah, throat goat.
You always hear the first one, you're
throat goat.
Do it again, please.
Like, what? Is my ears playing a trick on me? Did I just hear that right?
One more.
So yeah, he goes, burp.
One more,
please.
One more, please.
Say it again. Yeah.
And then he,
hey, bottom line, we get excited when we hear a grunt.
100%. Especially when you can't see the deer.
Full mass.
It's even better if you can't see him.
Yeah. And honestly, I had my mind made up that I was going to pass him if he came back in, because I was like, I've already fucking passed him when he wasn't broke off, But he's just like, just being vocal as shit the whole way. And I'm like, this is so fucking cool. Like, He's a good deer.
Okay, kill
I think
him.
he's 5.
They don't got to sell me on it just because he's grunting. I've been telling
I
you to
know.
shoot this fucker
Yes.
since the first time you saw
I
him.
passed him, you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you going to his birthday?
That's what Ross Biggers do say. I ain't going to his fucking birthday party. How old is he? I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to his birthday party.
That is a fucking great saying.
That is great.
Saying.
Holy shit.
T-shirt idea. If another podcast steals it, we're suing you.
Yeah, see that?
We have insurance for that shit. Eric, get on it.
Okay.
But anyways, like I said, he's vocal as hell, and I'm like, I'm killing him. This is too cool of an encounter, you know?
Yeah.
And I tried filming this year just to have for myself, you know? So, and my camera arm's on my right side, and of course the fucker comes on the left side of the tree, like to the point where I can't film it. So I've got one of those painted arrow mounts.
Yep.
And I put my phone up there, start recording, and when he gets behind the main branch that's blocking me, I draw, and he's at like 35, and he's walking, angling away on the trail. And he's like, the whole time he's been just like coming in, he's just been walking, and he'd walk like 2 or 3 steps and he'd stop and smell the ground. Then he'd walk like 2 or 3 steps and he'd stop and smell the ground. Well, when he got to this mowed path, he just so I drew back and I was just waiting for him to stop. Wasn't going to make any noise, just going to wait for him to naturally stop. Well, he's getting to the point where he's like, okay, now he's at like 38 now. So, and I had my sight set on 40 because I was like, anywhere in that gap, it's like 44 to 35. Like I can just aim low or aim high.
Yep. Pin gap, baby.
Yeah, I just dialed to 40 because I knew I could use that pin at that range, whatever range. So finally, I'm like, fuck, he's not going to stop. So and he's not stopping, and I even louder, doesn't stop. So finally I go, brr, brr, and he's like, what the fuck? All right.
I heard you.
Jesus.
Oh, look.
I wish I'd have done it a smidge sooner, because when he stopped, there's a branch on a tree at like 35 yards, and it's right to the edge of his shoulder. And I'm like, fuck.
He's just like, what?
The fuck do you want?
I have a problem hugging the shoulder anyways. So I was at full draw for 46 seconds. Just like, okay, what am I going to do?
Bro,
like
I started shaking
drew,
like a leaf.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to just hold back off the shoulder a little bit. I'll be fine. And just slowly squeeze and it's just, I've got that video on my phone and it's just flying pretty. And I'm not used to videoing on my bow, so I drop my bow a little bit, and the fucking camera focuses on the branch in front of me, so I don't actually get the shot.
But in the shot, you can hear you're in the pocket.
Oh yeah, you hit. It's like poof when it hits him, and I like it was 42 yards, which is my farthest shot on a whitetail. But I didn't shoot a shitload this summer, like not as much as I did the year I went on my elk hunt, but I shot quite a bit, and I had zero like, oh man, that's a long ways. Like I was confident as shit.
Mm-hmm. That's what matters. That elite, baby.
Hell yeah, first kill with an elite actually.
It is.
Yeah.
That bitch at cruise control, you know?
No bomb. You just hit the button and it shoots it for you.
Yeah.
Drive itself.
Yeah.
Touch
Double
it
tap
off.
that button.
Not always.
And I
Sometimes you hit the brakes.
Doug.
so
Sorry,
I hit
Lee.
him. You're all right. I hit him and I'm like, it's a smidge back and a smidge high. And he runs off, don't hear any crashing, and I'm like, start calling, you know. And I called you first, I think, and you're like, why aren't the fuck are you not more excited? And I'm like, I just get so nervous when I don't see him go down.
When you called me, I was like, did you actually hit this deer? Basically, I was like, you seem, there's a lot of question in your voice. Like,
yeah, I thought I was like smidge high. Like I thought I was maybe top of the lungs, but then I passed through. So I'm like, well, if I was backstrap, I wouldn't have passed through.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of, I mean,
Excitement?
I could, from what you described, I'm like, yeah, in my head, I'm like, that deer's for sure ran to his death.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I don't know, do I question you like 3-4 times on the phone?
You're like, why aren't you more excited? And I'm like, it was like 3 or 4 times. You just were like, why aren't you more excited? I'm like, I get so nervous when I don't see him go down. Like the number of deer this sounds cocky as fuck, but the number of deer I've killed with the bow, I've only ever watched this one not go down.
Okay.
Every other deer I've ever shot with the bow, I've watched die. So it was like, ooh. No, I guess the year I killed Junk Brow, that buck I didn't watch die, but I knew I hit him. Not
He didn't
great.
drop or anything? You just stood there and took it, or what?
Pretty much. He was shoulder back, and he dropped a smidge, but not much.
Yeah, I just thought, I was like, all right, the way you're describing, like the hit, to me, but I get what it's like to be first person versus third person.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like if you're unsure about a shot and then you describe to somebody who wasn't there and you're truthful about what you describe. Now there's a thing, I get a lot of phone calls every year, and I know we all do, about a buddy who shot a deer and you can tell they're not being truthful about how they hit it.
Yeah.
They're kind of smearing the story a bit so they feel better about the
So it
shot.
sounds better.
And you need to just tell the truth to your homies that if you have homies that know how to kill deer, tell them the fucking truth, because otherwise they can't help you. And the way you're explaining it to me, which I know you don't need to smear what happened, I'm like, yeah, that deer's like dead. Like,
It just makes me nervous, you know. It makes me nervous not knowing.
I totally get it.
without
Totally
watching them go
understandable.
down.
Totally understandable. But you get some people do kind of smear what actually happened
for
or
sure.
whatever. But yeah, I was like, what's going on, dude?
So yeah, I
Thanks, Dan.
run it through
Excited.
him,
A lot of doubt in your voice. Why?
pull the binos up, and I'm like, oh, the arrow's there, and it's coated in blood. Like, I knew he was smoked, but it's one of those things.
You just never know.
Totally get it.
So I'm calling people. I'm on the phone with my dad, and I'm like, I'm talking through it, and all of a sudden I hear shit crashing behind me, and here comes a doe stepping out, just.
Yes.
And I'm like, I told my dad,
Exhausted.
I'm like, the buck I shot is a real good one, but there's gonna be a fucking monster behind this bitch. You just watch, And I'm like, and I see him coming through, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is a giant. Well, it ended up being Carolina. That's all broken to shit,
Yeah,
And he came back by again, but I'm calling it right now. That deer's fucked next year.
Okay, I love it. I was going to call it for you.
3 encounters with him. I just need to kill him early before he breaks off.
I was going to
'cause he
call it
breaks
for
off
you
every year.
Okay.
Oh, you're killing him next year. Calling it, huh?
Shit. Hopefully we don't have a drought situation like this year.
Well, I don't think it matters because we weren't droughty at all this year when they were growing antlers. It was after they hardened up.
Yeah.
But
He's just an ass.
he just breaks
Just a
off.
dick.
There must be a calcium balance wrong with him or something. So I got to kill him.
He
early,
needs some milk.
Put a little more big Tine out there for him to
So
snack
that
on.
he got a lot of it this winter.
For him to suck on.
Yeah.
So anyways, call everybody. Call Josh, and I'm like, hey, I shot him, and he's like, oh, you want me to come help? I'm like, I'm the last landowner, but shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait for them. He ends up coming. I figured out that Josh is a fucking. I don't really want to say that, I guess.
A bloodhound?
What are we gonna do?
Yeah, a bloodhound. There you go.
What were you going to say? Jesus
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
What other word?
What other word for
Bloodhound.
I was going to say has Indian tracking skills is what I was going to say.
Oh, racial slurs.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not expect that.
Sure.
Let me just list off a list of Native American racial slurs, and you tell me which one.
Tell him which one you're thinking
Anyway,
of.
so Josh comes and where he ran it's a mowed path. Like he mows it with his, and it's like your yard.
With a mower?
Yeah, with like a brush hog. That's what
It's
I was
just
going to say.
clean.
Mows it
It's
with a
hard,
mower.
and it's kind of hard
Say
to
all
find
the
blood
details.
on. And he's like, "Oh, there's blood. There's blood." I'm like, "Jesus, dude!"
Josh is good. He
he goes on a
downplays
lot of
himself.
tracks.
He downplays himself.
But he ended up running 152 yards, I think, with a perfect center punch double lung
Money.
right through the pump house. And
It's crazy they can go that far, even though it's not that far. But it's even then, it's like,
Yeah.
how do you go that far?
And we waited I shot him at like 4:30 ish. And by the time Josh got done doing what he was doing, and if I don't see him go down, I like to give him at least an hour and a half just for who knows.
For sure.
So we it was like 2.5 hours by the time we got to him, and he was stiff as I mean, he ran to his death, you know.
Yeah.
So get him out, get some pictures with my dad because he drove up and
Great photos too, by the way. Good job, Josh.
and Josh is
He's
phenomenal.
good. He knows what he's doing. Buck's great, dude. Hold him up. We got this skull plate.
Let's see him.
Eric's isn't skull capped yet.
No, mine's in the freezer.
So yeah, short G2 on his left, which he's got that.
You're showing
genetic-
him on this camera for the record.
Yeah. Split G3, first split G3 buck. He's cool. This G4 was about 9 inches. It's about 3 with what's there. And I'm not normally a fix it type of guy, but
You never have been.
being that I more or less passed him when he had it, I think I'm gonna fix it.
That's fair game.
You know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Very honorable.
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 What do we tape him out at?
Sitting here, he's 152 and 5/8, and he's missing 6 inches, so he's just shy. He would have been just shy of 160 before he was
160,
broken.
Sweet. He's got good frame, good time
Good
length.
beams.
Yeah, 17 and a half wide, good beam length,
Good beam
good tine length, good fours.
Big split on his two.
Great buck.
Where's 3?
3.
Stud, bro.
Got a little slingshot
short
there on the
G4.
G3.
Slingshot.
G2,
I
I
like
mean.
that. What's that?
One short G2.
I like his 4 on the left side out like curves, like hooks. Did the other one, the broken one, do that same thing?
I'd have to look back. I don't remember. It didn't tip like that. It was pretty normal. I think he must have knocked that one during.
Cool, you got the shed. You got to get the. You're a
Nope,
shed
it ain't
curious.
happening.
You're not gonna rack up that?
No.
With the mount.
I was talking to Doug earlier. My last 5, excluding last year's bow buck. Didn't think he was that small bow buck.
Which is still a great deer for the record.
100%. I've got sheds off the last like 5 deer I've killed. At least one shed.
Yeah,
it's cool.
That is awesome.
Drill a hole in the bottom of that thing.
Nope.
Display it.
Ain't happening.
Call mid 150s. Eric, your buck's just shy of 40.
Yep.
So great bucks, guys. Good
Great
job.
bucks. Yeah. Congratulations, boys.
Thanks, dude.
Even if I hadn't killed, I talked with you on the phone. Even if I hadn't killed a deer this year, just the encounters I had, I felt like it was my second most successful season, even without killing a deer.
I'm going to give you a compliment here, but it might not sound like a compliment. But it is. You're a great hunter, but you're not a killer.
100%. 100%.
And I mean that in the best compliment is like, you don't have to kill stuff to have a satisfied season. Nope. You're very hot, cold, depends on the day. Here I go. I got this in mind.
Calculated.
Mature deer only, even if it's a giant. Like I get all that and I respect it. But that's kind of like the category you're in.
You and I are very different individuals.
Yes.
The deer database in your noggin is crazy.
Yeah, you're a antler rain man.
Yeah.
I'm a thirsty, bloodthirsty son of a bitch.
You've killed more deer this year with your bow than I've probably killed in my whole life with my bow. This is my 6th buck with the bow, 5th or 6th buck with the bow.
I've killed more animals than I've done a lot of other things this year.
Yeah, 100%.
And I can start off by listing them right now. For number 1. I'm just kidding.
What was number 1?
I'm not going to do that.
I thought I was number 1.
Yeah,
thank you, Doug. I'm glad you thought that was funny.
That was a good one.
I've always been that way, though. I'm not one that has to kill something. Like,
yeah, well, I don't either. I just really have a good time doing it.
And like, I shoot maybe 1 doe a year, maybe. I've probably only killed 10 does in my life with the bow.
Speak for yourself.
And you've killed like 10 this year.
I feel like I almost have to kill. I just got it. It's my destiny.
It is.
Oh, for this
Pay
year,
me in blood. Every year.
Oh, yeah, not me.
This year I had to because my life was a fucking shit wreck there for a little while.
Yeah, you had some shitty weeks back to back. In 24 in does alone, I've killed 8 does this year in 2024.
I've probably killed 10 in my whole life with the bow.
I've killed 11 whitetails in 2024.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot about.
I went to Texas and just fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
World domination.
Laid them down.
WCB. Yeah. Hey, one in Texas.
Gee whiz.
And I ain't done yet.
Yeah. I'm going to change up the mount on him too. I've always done just like head up,
offset shoulder, semi-upright.
Offset shoulder, semi-upright or semi-sneak. And I'm going to actually have my taxidermist do like it's actually an aggressive pose form, but I'm not going to have him be aggressive, but I'm going to have him so he's like, he'll be head tipped down like this.
Yeah, I like that.
Ooh, I do like
so you
that.
can see this whole side.
On some deer, the head tilt down, you get to see like beauty points and features.
Yeah, I figured it'd show off his split 3 and
the broken tine stuff.
Yeah.
Big fan. Good job, Lee.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. Kill episode in the books. Young Giordano was supposed to add to this one with his deer. He killed a great old fat buck. Doug, we're going to be doing another I Would Kill episode for you. I have confidence in it. There's a lot of season left, dude, in all honesty.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know, but like, I just want to kill something already.
Thirsty for blood.
These all-day sits are not going well.
It's all right.
Losing
Gotta
my
mix it up.
mind.
Gotta move around, brother.
Just drink a whole bunch the night before and go out like 10.
Does that work? Are you speaking from experience?
It works.
I know, but like,
Works pretty good.
Yeah, tune into the second episode of the Middle of the Map. You can hear about it the entire time.
For the whole 3-hour podcast.
I don't know how that episode went. We're gonna have to look into it, but it was fun either way.
Just launch it.
So, closing thoughts.
Congratulations, boys.
Appreciate
Great
you.
bucks. Great shots. Smoked them all.
You're up next, buddy.
I hope so.
Find yourself, brother.
Where
Shave
am
the
I?
mustache.
Think about this. You have until ATA to kill a buck.
Yeah, for sure.
I know, but
That's a long time.
It's January.
I'm just getting frustrated over here.
Well, I like that.
You get a little ants in your pants, huh?
Getting hard.
Oh, Lee.
Huh?
What?
Congrats to you, Eric.
Congrats to you, buddy.
Doug. Bring it on home.
Yeah, Team IO at WCB, baby.
Yes,
By the way,
sir.
great stories.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Enjoyed them.
Yeah, a lot of season left. I'm excited for our tag sharing shotgun season coming up.
Hey, no hate, brother.
I've got a couple good bucks on my bean food plot. I'm going to try to kill with the bow during late muzzleloader. I did find a whopper the other day that if I can get permission to hunt him, that's going to be a muzzleloader.
You can bow hunt during late muzzleloader.
Yeah, so we're not technically tagged out yet.
Yeah.
We still have another
I
tag.
get another
It's just
tag. It's like
But
around
right now
Christmas.
you're tagged out.
Yeah. for
yeah,
now.
yep, till late muzzleloader comes in.
So yeah, if I can get permission on that deer, that'll be a gun deer. But other than that, I've got one really old 10 on my bean plot that's like maybe 130 that I'm gonna try to kill late season with my bow.
Cool.
So
Hell yeah, dog.
Good work.
I'm excited
Cole?
for the rest of the season.
Any
Dude,
adding?
Yeah.
Good job, Lee.
Yeah, Lee, congrats both you guys. Lee, your ability to like keep track of every deer in your head is unbelievably impressive. I can't even hardly do it on my
He knows
phone.
my deer better than I know my deer.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's insane.
You and
He knows
65
about deer I haven't even
other
seen yet.
They're there. I'm telling you, they're there.
I can feel them.
I can sense it.
He's got split G2. I can see it now.
He's coming. But yeah, dude, congrats. Awesome buck. It's just super impressive how you go about your season, and it's fun to keep up with you on Snapchat and just, yeah, I have to like go to the bathroom and sit down just so I can listen to all of it because it's usually like 5 minutes long dissertation about everything.
It's so long.
It's so long.
Lee is a boomer on Snapchat.
Yeah.
And then congrats, Eric. It's
In a good
awesome.
way.
You got me a hard on to trying to decoy, man. I've never done it myself.
I didn't either.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm going to try next year. So congrats both you guys and great bucks, dude.
Yeah.
Scotty.
Oh yeah. Congrats, boys.
I thought that's all you were going to say.
I wish it was. I wish it would have been.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Back to you, Kurt.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that.
Good job, guys. Give me a fist bump, Eric.
Boom.
Congrats. Lee.
Boom, boom. Boom,
Pumping
boom.
you guys. Filling tags. Got anything specific?
No. Congratulations.
You too, brother.
Congratulations, everyone at this table.
I'm happy for you guys.
Doug, you're up next.
Yes.
Kill. You know what to do. Go shoot your bow into the lungs of a giant whitetail. We love you. Peace.
Hell yeah.